ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮತ್ತು ಆದರದ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. Good afternoon, distinguished guests, faculty members, and dear students. It is with great pleasure and excitement that we gather here today to mark the celebration of 129th birth anniversary of our institution founder, Dr. K.N.P. Shastri, and adding a feather to the cap to have Women in Leadership Lecture Series 12, which is a unique program initiated by our Managing Trustee, Shri K. Jairaj. I request our honorable guests to kindly offer floral tribute to our founder, Dr. K.N.P. Shastri. Offering flowers to the visionary founder of our institution symbolizes gratitude, growth, beauty, dedication, and enduring legacy that has been nurtured. Thank you. I request all the dignitaries to kindly occupy the seats on the dais. I request all the dignitaries to kindly occupy the seats on the dais. Music has the ability to transcend barriers, evoke emotions, and unite individuals under common purpose. Our national anthem is more than just a song. It symbolizes our collective identity, values, and aspirations. Let us begin today's auspicious event with the college anthem. For this, I would like to call upon our college SACC students. I request the gathering to raise for the anthem.
ಭಾವದ ಮನುಜರು ನಾವು ಒಂದಾಗಿ ಸಾಗೋಣ ಅಮ್ಮಣ್ಣಿ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ವಿದ್ಯೆಯ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಬದುಕಲು ಕಲಿಯೋಣ ಒಂದೇ ಭಾವದ ಮನುಜರು ನಾವು ಒಂದಾಗಿ ಸಾಗೋಣ ಅಮ್ಮಣ್ಣಿ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ವಿದ್ಯೆಯ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಬದುಕಲು ಕಲಿಯೋಣ ಜ್ಞಾನದ ನೀರಿಗೆ ಕರದಲ್ಲಿ ಧರಿಸಿ ಕತ್ತಲು ಸರಿಸೋಣ ದೇಶದ ಪ್ರಗತಿಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಕೊಡುಗೆಯ ಸೇವಕ ನೀಡೋಣ ಅರಸುವ ಆಶ್ರಯಾಗಿ ಎನ್ಪಿ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರೀಯ ಸೇವೆಯ ಸ್ಮರಿಸೋಣ ಇಂದಿನ ಸಾಧಕ ಮಾರ್ಗದಿಂದಲೇ ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿಯ ಪಡೆಯೋಣ ಒಂದೇ ಭಾವದ ಮನುಜರು ನಾವು ಒಂದಾಗಿ ಸಾಗೋಣ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಶಕ್ತಿಯ ಉತ್ತುಂಗವನ್ನು ಸಾಧಿಸಿ ತೋರೋಣ ಶಾಂತಿಯ ಮಂತ್ರದ ನೂತನ ಚಿಂತನೆ ಹೃದಯದಿ ಹರಿಸೋಣ ನೀಲಿ ಅನಂತವ ಗುಲಾಬಿ ಎಲ್ಲೆಡೆ ಹರಡೋಣ ಪೀತವರ್ಣದ ವಾಗ್ದೇವತಿ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಸರಸ್ವತಿಯಾತ್ಮ ಬಿದರೆಯೋಣ. ಒಂದೇ ಭಾವದ ಮನುಜರು ನಾವು ಒಂದಾಗಿ ಸಾಗೋಣ. ಹೊಸ ಹೊಸ ಚಿಂತನೆ ಬಗೆ ಬಗೆ ಯೋಜನೆ ಜ್ಞಾನದಿ ಬೆಳೆಯೋಣ. ಬನ್ನಿರಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕುಲ ಮತ ಮರೆತು ಬೆಳೆಯುತ್ತ ಹಾಡೋಣ. ದೇಶ ಸೇವೆ ಈಶ ಸೇವೆ ಮನ ನುಡಿಯೊಪ್ಪೋಣ. ಶೀಲಂ ಪರಮ ಭೂಷಣವೆಂಬ ಘೋಷಣೆ ಸಾರೋಣ. ಶೀಲಂ ಪರಮ ಭೂಷಣವೆಂಬ ಘೋಷಣೆ ಸಾರೋಣ. ಶೀಲಂ ಪರಮ ಭೂಷಣವೆಂಬ ಘೋಷಣೆ ಸಾರೋಣ. ಘೋಷಣೆ ಸಾರೋಣ. ಘೋಷಣೆ ಸಾರೋಣ. ಘೋಷಣೆ ಸಾರೋಣ.
Thank you. Maharani Lakshmi Amani College for Women, established in 1972, is a brainchild of founding father Dr. K.V. Shastri, a noted historian and political thinker. Dr. K.V. Shastri, born in 21st March 1895, was a noted scholar, author, and professor in the area of Indian history and politics. He established this institution with a mere strength of just 12 students. Today, the college has expanded enormously with more than 3,000 students and with a wide variety of courses, carving its own niche in the educational sector of the city. The institution runs with the motto Shriram Parama Bhushanam and with a vision to empower women through education for character formation. In remembrance of our founder's birth anniversary, we observe it as Founders Day. And let us give a good round of applause and show our deepest gratitude to our founder. Maharani Lakshmi Amani College for Women, Autonomous, has been known for imparting quality education and instilling moral values and leadership qualities. Women has been in forefront in almost all fields today. However, this statement may not be completely true, as many sections of girls still strive hard to reach up to their goals. In this regard, to reach out to those people, MLAC has been organizing Women in Leadership Lecture Series since 2022 under the leadership of our Managing Trustee, Shri K. Jayaraj. And currently, this is the 12th in the series, in which participants will get an opportunity to listen to journey of women achievers across different fields. It aims to inspire and empower women to engage in purposeful career development and take on leadership for important causes. As this is a month of International Women's Day, it is more meaningful that we are organizing this Women in Leadership Lecture Series now. I now request Dr. Nagalakshmi B.N., Principal, MLAC, to formally welcome the gathering.
Distinguished guests, esteemed faculty, staff and students, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you to our Founders Day celebration and Women in Leadership Series 12. It is truly a privilege to gather here today as we pay tribute to our founder director, Dr. K.V. Shastri, a visionary leader who laid the cornerstone of our institution and also to dwell into the crucial topic of women's leadership in today's world. I extend a special welcome to our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Kavita Krishnamurthy, a renowned playback singer whose melodious voice has touched the hearts across the globe. We are honored to have you grace this occasion with your presence, madam. And MLAC is proud to be associated with LGCU Music School, founded by Dr. L. Subramaniam and Dr. Kavita Subramaniam. Classes happen every Saturday, and we have completed successfully the first batch of the basic introductory course, and now the second batch of regular course has started. I also extend a heartfelt welcome to Dr. Guraj Karjigi, an esteemed speaker and our honorable trust member, whose wisdom and insight will undoubtedly enrich our Managing Trustee Shri K. Jairam, whose unwavering support and guidance have been instrumental in the growth and success of our institution. Today's gathering holds profound significance for us all. As we celebrate Founders Day, we honor the pioneers whose foresight and dedication laid the groundwork for the excellence we strive for each day. Their legacy reminds us of the importance of perseverance, innovation, and community in our journey forward. Moreover, our Women in Leadership series underscores our commitment to fostering diversity and inclusivity within our institution and beyond. By amplifying the voices and experiences of women leaders, we aspire to inspire and empower our students, the next generation of trailblazers, irrespective of gender. In line with the spirit of celebration today, we are privileged to felicitate our esteemed faculty for their remarkable contributions and achievements in the field of research. Nearly 45 faculty members have made significant contributions through publications, guidance to research scholars, and some have reached significant milestones such as completing 25 years of service or achieving their PhD degrees. So before we proceed further, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all of you, our faculty, staff, and students, for your unwavering dedication and contribution to our institution's growth and success. Your commitment to excellence is the driving force behind everything we achieve. Let us seize this opportunity to celebrate our heritage, embrace diversity, and embark on a journey of learning and empowerment together. May today's discussions inspire us to strive for excellence and lead with compassion and integrity in all our future endeavors. Once again, a warm welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for a pleasant welcome to the gathering. We heartily welcome you for this occasion. I now request Ms. Tanushree, Head, Department of Psychology, to introduce our chief guests of the day, Srimati Kavita Krishnamurthy and Dr. Gururaj Kachari.
This is Kavita Krishnamurthy Subramaniam. Undoubtedly one of the favorites of the critics and the masses, Kavita Krishnamurthy Subramaniam's key career reads like a fairy tale. Her acoustic and melodious voice, wide range and versatility to sing different styles and types of songs has put her in a unique place among singers, and she has been voted as a melody queen by the leading critics and consorts alike. Mrs. Subramaniam, undoubted efforts to excel in the field of singing have brought several accolades and large fan following globally. She has received several awards and honors, including the coveted Padma Shri from the President of India, APJ Abdul Kalam in 2005. Other prestigious awards include 3 consecutive Filmfare Awards, a feat rarely achieved. She won the Best Singer of the Millennium Award at the Stardust Millennium 2000 Awards. Although primarily a playback singer, Mrs. Subramaniam has not only allowed herself to be limited. She has sung with orchestras such as soloist. She has collaborated with Western artists from the jazz, popular, and classical fields. Mrs. Subramaniam has explored and expanded her artistic range to areas which have never been explored by playback singers before. She was the main feature soloist in the Global Fusion album released by Warner Bros., featuring musicians from 5 continents. Kavita Krishnamurthy Subramaniam is one artist who has managed to prove herself in every musical field which she has chosen to enter, and she has enthralled and dazzled audiences from around the world. With her stage performances, recordings, and playback singing for the past 50 years, singing more than 20,000 songs in almost all Indian languages. She is a true representative of national integration. It's my honor to welcome her today. Also welcome our NLAC Trustee, Dr. Gururaj Kachari, Head and Chairman of Creative Institute for Learning. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I deem it as my honor to call upon Srimati Kavita Krishnamurthy to address the gathering. This will be followed by interactive session for which Ms. Rajeshwari, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, will be the moderator.
Mr. Vikas President, Dr. Nagarshri, respected teachers, staff, students, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. I think on this day, in my humble pronouns to Dr. K.M. Shastri, what a remarkable institution this is. As this is the third time I'm here, and I feel that the students who are studying here are so privileged and so lucky to be in an institution which has such inspired teaching, such an inspired principles. And I have to say that even if you're not a musician, to have a good guru in life is the most important thing. And I think this institution is not only a place where you come and learn, but this institution is your guru, and I think it is holistically it is giving you so many things in life. I would like to congratulate this institution for doing so well. And today you asked me to talk, motivational or not, I don't know, but I'm not very good with words, but I'd like to share a few things about my life. First to tell you all how a girl like me, born in a middle class South Indian family where my father was a government servant in Delhi in the Ministry of Education, how somebody like me came into the playback field. I was born in Delhi, and the most unusual thing about my life was that, of course, I was born to parents called Krishnamurtis, and I had 3 brothers. But before I was born, my mother was deeply attached to a Bengali family, and especially to Mrs. Pratima Bhattacharya, who is a Bengali. And when my father transferred into a bigger house, she put her foot down. She said, unless Pratima comes, I'm not going. And then my father told Bhattacharya uncle also that why don't we live together? You know, your daughter is like my daughter. And I still don't have a daughter, so let's stay together as a family. And we did, and so I grew up from my childhood listening to Bengali, Tamil, and since I was in Delhi, I heard Hindi and Punjabi. And we had 2 kitchens, the South Indian vegetarian, the Tamil Brahmin kitchen, and the Bengali non-vegetarian kitchen. So this is how I grew up, and for me, Tagore music became a very important part of my life. Because when I wanted to learn music, they took me to Kalibani, which was across the street, and there was a lady called Shantanu Ketan who taught Tagore songs. So that's how I started learning music, and my very first competition when I sang, just like, okay, she's learning, teacher said, let me put her in the junior team. And I was there, and this competition used to happen during Durga Puja, and I won my first gold medal. And believe me, I was a very happy-go-lucky child with too much of love in the family. Love from 2 fathers, 2 mothers. All my siblings were older to me. So this is how I grew up, and then I came into learning North Indian music, and we got a very good teacher who started teaching us North Indian music, my brother and myself, and we would sing for competitions. But the dream of going to Bombay was not there, because I thought I was in Delhi, I thought I would do my Indian Police service and maybe get some exotic portion, exotic job in some fabulous place. That was the ambition. But I think destiny decided otherwise. And there was a person in my neighborhood who became a dream girl, that was Hema Malini. And my mother, my aunt, Mrs. Bhattacharya, and Hema's mother were dear friends. So my aunt said, she became Hema Malini, and I see your future in playback singing. So she told my father, I'm sorry, Mr. Krishnamurti, I'm taking her to Bombay after school. I see her destiny in playback singing. So we 2 people, after I finished school, took a train to Bombay, both of us alone. Went to Bombay, found a place to stay. I joined St. Xavier's College. And when I joined St. Xavier's College to do my graduation, all the film stars, all the musicians, they had their children there. And that's how I sang for a college day function. And Mr. Hemant Kumar heard me and invited me to sing on the stage.
And one thing led to another, and very soon, within 8 months, I did my first song with Lata Mangeshkar for a Bengali film called Shriman Sativa. That was also myself with Mr. Ranade on stage for 80 years, and also my first jingle. My first jingle, it so happened that the producer knew that's brother, Mr. Vijay Padikone, who was an advertising company, called me to sing a jingle, Amul Spring. And the person who was singing maybe in Hindi and Bengali was Rita Dutt. So I touched her feet, so my first jingle was in her presence. Now when I look back, I have to say, what was it that I did? That all these things at that point of time just fell into my lap in the sense, my migrating to Bombay and all these things happened. Well, like lots of people, I didn't feel any economic handicap. I was not from a poor family. I was from a middle class family and had enough to eat, and I had a roof over my head. And when I came to Bombay, also I was staying as paying guest, and I was earning enough money to pay my own fees and to pay my own paying guest lodging, food, everything. And my aunt was with me, taking care of me morning, afternoon, evening, and she was with me there every moment of her life. She was with me. Now, what is it that I did? I'll just tell you that at first and foremost, I think you are blessed to be in a family where, when you're a child, you're given faith in God, which is an unquestioning faith. You don't say, oh, I don't believe in God. Who's God? Who's God? Krishna? No, you just believe that from your childhood because you see your parents doing puja, you see your mother getting up at 4:30, doing all the puja and cooking breakfast for everybody, sending us off, and just doing their duty. You see mothers who are just doing their duties all through that day. And do they live for themselves? No. They live for their husband. They live for their children. Because those days, very few women went out to work. My mother was a housewife, my auntie was a housewife. But she had the courage to bring me to Bombay. She was not educated. She brought me to Bombay, found a place to stay, cooked the most fantastic food for me to eat. And she said, your job is just to go to college, do your studies, do your music practice, and whatever music job you get, just try to do it well. This is all I expect from you. But the thing is, the most important thing for all of us is we don't realize when we get opportunities in life. So my most important thing to tell you all children is, when you get opportunity in your life, just grab it. And when you grab it, don't do half-hearted work. It might be just, like when you go to sing in the studio, you might be part of the chorus. You might just have 3 people standing on a mic and singing. The soloist has got a mic, and I might have just 2 words to sing alone. But those 2 words matter because when I sing it well, that's going to give me my next job. So the thing is, whatever you do at that point, you're not thinking, oh, I've got such a small part. It doesn't really matter. It matters a lot because that's your passport to the next bigger part. So I would say you have to grab your opportunities at every turn. Like my aunt told me, you just sing well. So my job was to make sure I practice my voice works well. And when I go to the studio and I have to do, let's say, Jhanduban in 12 languages, which I did, or washing powder, Nirma, so many languages. The whole thing was to make sure that my Malayalam person was teaching me how to sing the Malayalam words, the person was teaching me how to sing Kannada words, and how to sing the Bengali washing powder. I have to make sure that they okay. The music director has a smile on his face because I know if I do washing powder, I get Chandra next to, So this is the thing that you have, no work is big or small. That's one thing I've always felt in my life. And am I going too fast for you? Because I never planned what I have to say, sometimes I just talk too fast. One more thing, I'd like to say that I'd like to say a few things about my husband's life too. He, unlike me, he was born in a family where they really had not much to eat when they were children. They were very poor because they left Sri Lanka and came, and their father had to teach music. His father was a guru, and he was teaching music, and with that money, they had to run their lives. At that point of time, my husband would go to the nearest place. His father was teaching him Carnatic music, and he was already quite admirable in his violin techniques. The violin trio was being formed. All these things were happening, but he would go to the neighboring person where there was a person who was teaching Western music. So in his spare time, he would go and learn Western music there. And then when he did his MBBS, they didn't have money to buy all the Western classical books. If he wanted to do his Trinity exams, he would finish his medical work, the studies, or whatever he was doing, whatever he was doing, he would do it in the afternoon. He would come to British Council, sit there, and copiously take down notes for his exams and do his work. In fact, at all the time, one of the college students complained, saying, Dr. Subramanian just leaves in the afternoon, goes away, and we are doing all the work. This reached the head of the department in the Madras Medical College. And he called him, he said, you leave very soon. And so my husband said, sir, I leave soon, but I finish all my work. And then I have to go to British Council because I know somebody who allows me to sit in the library to make these notes. And based on these notes, I can do my exams. So the principal, the head of the department was very happy. He said, okay, I have no complaints, you go. Now he finished the point of my telling you is that these are the opportunities one grabs. He did his studies. Then he wanted to finish after his MBBS, he wanted to do masters in Indian music. But Madras University refused, said, no, you have to do your BA because you just done your MBBS. So you have to do your BA in music and then your MA. This is by the time I finished, I'd be an old man. So what he did was, on the basis of the studies in Western music he had done, he sent all his information to a university in US, and that was in Los Angeles, CalArts. They accepted him for masters in Western music. So my point is, how did he get that seat? He got that seat because whatever was there, he was going and playing with his elder brother, maybe sometimes watching a film recording, learning Western music, learning how to read and write Western music, doing his Carnatic music concerts, also playing with Chandra Bhagavatar, playing with Balanchandraji, and at the same time going back to study at night to do his medical exams the next morning. So there was no question of rest. The thing is, it was hard work all through, but that hard work paid off. So one thing is that in whatever work we do, passion and hard work is very, very important, and no work is small. These are the few things I can tell you. And now, coming to another incident, let me tell you about perfection, the path of perfection that you walk. Many years later, after having met Lataji and sung with her, many years later, we got to sing in a film together called Dard, where Lataji, Pam Chopra, it was just Chopraji's wife, and myself, we sang a song together. It was kind of a marriage song. Finished, the recording got finished. Obviously, Lataji had more lines than all of us. Cut to maybe exactly 10 days later, I went to a studio called Bombay Lab. I was going to do a song. And as I walked in to do a song, Lataji was walking out. She had finished her work and she was walking out. She smiled at me and she said, Kaise ho? I said, Didi, I touched her feet and looked and went around. I said, Didi, मैं बिल्कुल ठीक हूँ, आप कैसे हो? She said, मैं ठीक हूँ, तुम्हें पता है कविता, मैं तुम्हें बोलना चाहती हूँ कि 10-15 दिन पहले हमने एक गाना गाया था. ऐसे था दीदी डर का. इसलिए वो तो गाया था और उसमें थोड़ा कोरस टाइप का ही गाना था, हम तीनों एक साथ ही गाए थे, में कुछ लाइन्स सोलो थे. पर तुम्हें पता है कि मैं परसों वो गाना जाकर वापस गाकर आई. I sang it again. I said, दीदी आपने वापस गाया, why did you call me? मैं भी आपके साथ वापस गा दूँ. नहीं, तुम्हारी लताजी से तुम्हारी लाइन्स ठीक थे, मैंने अच्छा नहीं गाया था, इसलिए मैं वापस करेंगे. This is Lata Mangeshkar. By the time she was 70 years old when she studied, was 72 to 73 years old. Yeah, 72 to 73 years old. And there were just few lines solo for her. She need not have done it. It could have just been the recordist who could have just put her voice together. Now, of course, they have technology, you can put everything together. But she went back and sang because she's a perfectionist. And this is another thing to learn, children. I don't want to give you a passion on perfection and hard work. I know you're all so bright-faced. I know all of you are going to achieve something amazing in your lives. I just want to say that whenever you read, many years ago I read some poetry, I don't remember, but I remember one line in that they said that you're a very important part of the universe. Each and every one of you is a very, very important part of the universe. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been there. And as women, I know that we'll be housewives, we'll be mothers, we'll be achievers, whatever. But the thing is, one thing which I think today's women should, I would have said it for my mother's generation, but their contribution has been immense even if they didn't work. But today's generation, I would say it's very important to be financially independent. Very, very important. Whether you're somebody's wife or somebody's mother, that's a different thing. But you on your own should be in a position to make money for yourself if necessary. Because that's another fulfillment in one's life. And the fact that you want to earn money means that you have to perfect something. It could be your scientific traits, it could be your artistic traits, it could be creative, it could be anything. It could be even maybe just sitting down and doing accounting from morning to evening, but that you have to perfect it. So I think that part of perfection is that is why we are human beings. It's a part of perfection. And I'd like to give one more example before I finish. Many years ago, I read a book called Jonathan Livingston Seagull. And in this book, it is all about seagulls, how they go and they try to get their daily food. They have to live for their daily food. But here was Jonathan. He kept on flying higher and higher to see how his wingspan could go against the breeze. He would try diving, he would try, and all these other birds said, "You're stupid, why are you wasting your time? Food is here, why are you struggling?" He said, "There's a different reason." He said, "I want to soar up in the sky. I want to go beyond my limits. I want to see till what I can reach. It's not about only eating. Life is not about eating. It's beyond that. I want to see how much I can stretch myself and perfect myself in this life. There is a reason for my existence. And I want to see how much I can do in this life with myself." And I think that's why we are born as human beings, because all of us have this birthright to do what we want, to try to do what we want, and at that point, not to worry about success and failure. The fact that we get opportunity, the fact that we can do what we want itself is a big gift. Who's giving it to us? This Creator. Just keep faith in the Creator and just stretch yourself in everything. Like you want to sing a line in a song, you may not be very well that day, but whatever it is, it has to be your best for that day. So that's what I think. Sometimes we're not fit, we cannot always do our best. But to do the best for that day, for the moment. Today I go out to meet somebody. So when I meet a friend of mine, for me, it's very important that that friend is a friend of mine from college days. It's very important to find out how she is. If there's something I can do to help her, if I'm in trouble or if she's in trouble. So please, I have to go and give my 100% to my friend when I'm talking to her. Have you seen a party where people just say, "Hi, hello, how are you?" And then they're talking to another person. And then, I think that's not what parties are about. It's about meeting every person and giving that person 100% when you're talking to them. 3 sentences, you have to give them your 100%. So children, I just say that, I think I've talked enough. I just say that I'm very grateful to God that He gave me music in my life. Because of music, I was able to meet all the best people in this world. So many temples, doors opened because we would go and sing in the temple festivals, and we were able to see the deities because of our music. We were able to see great musicians. We were able to meet ordinary people from different parts of the world who communicated with us so beautifully in their own language. I go to Bihar, I go to Madhya Pradesh, some little part, some way off part of Bengal. And then they come with me for so much affection. I think this is, for me, to be the best life because of music. And one more minute I want to take. I want to say that like a musician does Sa Re Ga Ma Pa, and every note is important, right? I like to say that Sa for us stands for pristine white purity. And so actually that Sa is like that, purity. Ray is our relationship with Sam, or Ray is our relationship with everybody connected to our aesthetics, to our moral values. Ga, I would say, is like our gurus, the gurus who teach us what we have to learn in life. Ma is part of meditation where we contemplate, okay, we have learned this much, but what is there in this for me? How do I interpret this myself? That is Ma, which comes through inward thinking. Ma is the place where you stand and you're ready to now to launch yourself. It's a platform for yourself. Now, to reach out, you to go to the auditorium and to sing in front of hundreds and thousands of people because you feel you're ready. But for her, I would say you need barrier, you need courage to do that, to interpret things on your own. And me is like in Tamil, it's me, your yourself. Me, I would say, is what you are going to give the world and what you have to present to the rest of the world. And Sam is when finally spirituality takes you to that one God with whom you communicate. I think that's what every person's life is all about. Thank you.
Thank you, Kavita, for your presence in your busy schedule and accepting our invitation. And we are very blessed today to get this information. And we can conclude this so that we'll have a question and answer session. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. I think I'll take over to the first question. I think 360-degree information that you have given, I felt personally, because you covered family, you covered your passion, you covered your, at the same time, your guru and your overall. But at the same time, ourselves as a woman, we should know that what are the challenges that in case we are faced in this whole life, what can be the major challenges that you have faced, and how a woman should balance work as well as life. So if you, from your side, as a personal answer.
Okay, as far as challenges is concerned, I would like to say I belong to a generation of playback singers where things were a little better, like women were being accepted. Though I would say that women from my kind of middle class family still in North India didn't come because in North India to a certain extent, from some family they don't like girls to sing and dance and they don't accept it. It's not like the South where they think that culture is a very important. It's slightly different. But still for me, by the time I came to Bombay, there were girls from different parts and in the music world also there were people like Van Jayanji and all who had sung before me. So acceptance was not a problem, and there were a lot of Bengalis there, like Rishikesh Mukherjee, R.J. Burman, and so many people, Manadi, Kishorda, everybody. So I used to speak fluent Bengali, so I really got accepted overnight for singing. The only challenges would have been that sometimes it can be unfair, like you get a song and then they call you back and say you're not singing it, and then you find one of your colleagues is singing it. And there are those kind of things which can happen to anybody. But the thing is not to worry about it. My job is to sing my best whenever I get the opportunity. I don't think I worry about anything else. I didn't worry about saying that, oh, she's got 2 lines more than me. I got a little less. Because if I'd gone into that kind of jealousy or that kind of envy, people have destroyed me. So fortunately, I stayed away from all those things. So challenges, I don't know about any other kind of challenges because I didn't face any economic challenges also. And at home, honestly, I married very late, so I could focus quite a bit of my time into music. So probably I was very lucky from all those point of views. But I know some of my colleagues had married. Look at Asha Ji. She married, she had children, and she was from a very poor family. But she found time to practice, and she has done tremendous practice. And she would go to the studio and she would say, okay, I'm Lata's sister, but I have to be her equal. So she would go and set out her songs, and the way she sang, she stood her ground with Lataji. So I think Asha Ji is a symbol of courage, of a girl who can come from a poor economic background, still reach the top, still have kids, still nurture them,
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, and you got an answer that we should be away from ego. They don't be smiling faces. The honor is.
I would say generally, every day you can test yourself and say, these are the qualities which a person should not have. Like, okay, basic qualities. You should not be jealous, you should not have envy, you should have not have hatred in your heart. And if somebody misbehaves with me today, I should not keep it 24 hours in my mind, because finally all that you have to do is you to live in it. Protect yourself in a glass cage and keep yourself as pristine as you can. And for that, you have to remove all the unnecessary thoughts. And for that, I think divine intervention is very necessary. Prayers, if you have to pray every day, and I don't mean sitting and lighting a bead or a video. Wherever you are going, you just have to tell God, take care of me, show me the right path, show me the right path. If there's a wrong turning, just don't throw light there. Show it. Turn the light towards you. To keep telling God, I'm going for this work. I don't know how I'm going to respond. Please show me the right light. Let me be the right path of life. You have to ask for the right path. Let it is up to you.
Yes, ma'am. I think students and the faculties are waiting for some more questions. I think you can take over the questions now.
Yeah, sure.
Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste, ma'am.
I was just confused whether you are speaking or singing. So, if you don't mind us requesting, can you please sing the song for us?
Try to see your face. Can I sing one line of my popular Hindi film song?
Yes.
Really, ma'am, we want a full song.
तितलियों से सुना मैंने सवाल तितलियों से सुना मैंने सवाल बाग में थी एक कली शर्मीली कंच में एक दिन मन चला ओ आ गया खिल के माया रूप गया कुछ भी करे ये मुझे क्या हुआ भूल सा चुपके से दिल ने कहा चुपके से क्यों नहीं लग रही हंसी गगन मैंने पूछा तो बोली ये पतली पवन प्यार हुआ चुपके से ये क्या हुआ चुपके से
The voice is very beautiful now that everybody is appreciating. But I had one question. You told it took small steps for you to come to that platform. But I feel like our generation is always in hurry. We want everything like quick. Even we see someone's promotion, like why I didn't got that opportunity. How to deal with that now? Like,
See, I think to a certain extent, I'm not criticizing, but the fact remains I would say I was a lucky generation where we had to wait for the radio to give us a song. You know, we liked a song, we had to wait for 4 days for the song to immediately to write. So everything came in a different country. We had no internet. I had no opportunity of listening to some opera singers from the West or pop singers, music and even classical singers. Unless I went for concerts or my father bought an LP, it was difficult to get all this. So we realized how for everything we needed time. We needed time for everything. Nothing came quickly. But so for us, waiting patiently became part of our lives. Everything, you wait patiently in a queue when you're getting into a bus, or you wait patiently for that sound to come on the radio for the ride. So I think patience, we saw it in our fathers, mothers, and it became part of our life. In our generation, today I order from Blinkit in 5 minutes stuff comes to my house. So I am impatient today because why is it taking 8 minutes? I want it in 5 minutes. But then the rational me says, what happened to those days when you had to wait for your father to go abroad to bring you that one Swiss chocolate that you liked? Now, drop of a hat, you get Swiss chocolate. So things, you're getting too many things too soon. So what happens is none of you are inculcating patience. And I would say patience is like also for musicians. Today we have the electronic tanpura. I switch it on and I sing. But during Masterji's time, my kid, he would come, we had to sit for 15 minutes till he tuned it, made sure both the stars are okay, and after he's tuned it, he would give it to us. For 10 minutes, you're just going going on like that. After 10 minutes, the first note of the teaching will start. So what does he taught us? Patience. Whereas now, electronic Tanpura, you don't need patience. So I would say children, whichever generation, if you want to achieve something, patience is just bide your time. Keep on gathering information. Keep on strengthening yourself. There'll be a day when they have to salute you for your knowledge. Internet or no internet, they will salute you for your personal insight and your knowledge and your creativity. Creativity also in the sense, when you buy a pair of shoes, you're not just wearing something which you want to wear out. You want to see the creativity. It could be a Nike or a Reebok. We're looking at creativity in branding also. So create that creativity within you so that you are a brand that people will do it for you. That promotion will come to you if you strengthen yourself.
One more thing I wanted to tell you, Mona. Literally, listening your voice, I felt like literally that our singers are literally using a proper auto-tune. See your voice literally have an auto-tune left over the auditorium.
I don't know, there's another artist today. Just see the children what they sing. They put us to shame what they sing. Some of the children are so brilliant. There's talent and genius in every generation and it will continue. Just tap your resources. You don't know what you're good at. All of you are gems here. Just find out what it is that you love doing and do what you love doing. And don't do it for money. You don't know what joy it will give you. Yes,
I'm a great fan of you, madam.
thank you.
I grew up listening to your voice. Actually, I don't have a question, rather it's a doubt. You remember it was 90s when I was just a kid. Those were the days when we used to see Doordarshan, the only source of entertainment.
Yes, yes.
And I was always fascinated to listen that part of your voice, but I didn't know it was Kavita Krishnamurthy. Later I realized the first movie that is after Bombay, I started listening to your movie songs and I was very much attached to that voice. But in that, there was one part of the voice, Nidesur, yes, madam. So that voice actually attracted. I didn't know who is this person who was singing, and it just went on. I discovered later it was you, and that's. I just request you to just sing that part.
You know what Shabana used to say?
It just gives goosebumps even today.
The first shot is Shabana singing.
Yes.
And every time Shabana hears me, she'd say, I fooled everybody because everybody thinks Mary really, she had done such beautiful lip sync. Nobody says Kavita Krishnamurthy, they all think it's Shabana doing something. And then Nataji sings the last part. Sorry, my voice is a little not at its best today. This weather is getting worse. But still, I won't refuse you. I sing it for you. सुलगी नदियाँ हर दिशा में बहके चले बादलों का बरसे हल्के हल्के मिले सुर मेरा तुम्हारा मिले सुर मेरा Good afternoon. You're all here as your friends today. Now, truly a musical artist of highest calling. I personally say that you've touched so many lives, so many levels, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. Now, I just want to know, like, you have so many genres of songs, which is more difficult for you? And then, which you like the most? The most difficult song in my life. When I went to sing Bombay song, I told Rahman, you're making me sing in Z scale, it's so high, those two lines. I said, how will I do this? It's like male voice and your voice, but I had to do it. Then when I sang Hum Dil Dil Chuke Sanam, that was very difficult because I'm always suffering from sinus. And it's Hum Dil Dil Chuke Sanam, they didn't know, ooh. So that was difficult. So I found one of my songs very difficult. Nothing. But you know what? The process of trying to perfect it and singing it in front of the mic, to think the way the actress would have sung it, Aishwarya Rai, that is a fantastic process. At that point, you forget whether your voice is working or not, whether you just do your best. That is the thing, you don't, for me, I didn't know I can sing Hava Hawai because I used to be so scared even to smile in front of people, and there, like you're all sitting here, this is Meadow Studio. I had 100 musicians there, 40 chorus singers there, carried by all this very, very serious standing there, and I had to sing there and go, chee, hua, hua, Honolulu, all this kind of, and the musicians looking at me and laughing, they're all men, most of them are men, just a few chorus girls and so I used to feel so shy to stand in front of all those men and go, chee, hua, hua, all this kind of things. But I did it. I didn't know I had it in me. So that's the thing. You don't know what you have, what skills you have. You just have to try it. That's what it is. Never give up.
Namaste, ma'am. I have two questions for you. One is, how did you manage with your multilinguistic approach? Because you've just given your best at every possible language that you have come across. So how could you manage your lines? Did you put an attempt to understand the language, learn the language, and then get into singing? That's my first question. And my second question is, even as of today, how much time do you dedicate for your practice? That's one of my curious questions.
Okay,
Please,
sure.
ma'am.
Sure. First thing, I think washing powder did my handle bomb helped me to sing different languages. Fortunately, because I speak Bengali, I was able to cover Assamese and Odia, which are so familiar in that language. And then because I was in Maharashtra and Bombay, Marathi and Gujarati were always in my ears. And I was born in Delhi, so obviously I understood a little bit of Punjabi also. And then, moreover, I was just okay in Tamil. I don't speak Tamil greatly. But then because I was able to understand some Tamil words, I think my language writers would, break my head and say, no, la, whatever it is. So somehow they made me sing Kannada and Malayalam jingles and Telugu jingles. And I think that process of actually singing and learning and correcting myself. And then, of course, knowing what the meaning of that particular line was, they would tell me what it means. And then I was able to translate it into voice. So that answers your language question. And regarding practice, I say that practice is a very important part of one's life. Even today, it is a very important part of my life. But now, because of my reaching this age, and I do have a lot of troubles with me, I don't practice 4 or 5 hours a day. That's not possible for me to do that. I have my capsule. I know I have to do this practice to like yoga or like gym exercises. I have to do this to keep my voice going. Then apart from that, then there are concerts and rehearsals. And then I have one phenomenal inspiration at home is my husband. He is in music from the time he gets up till he sleeps. There is nothing else in his life. So sometimes he's practicing in the room for 2 hours. So I'm sitting with him and imbibing at that point in time. And he's always at night composing Western classical symphonies on the computer. He's just finished a Navagraha symphony. So he said this Navagraha has the shloka, just say it for me. Is the scale okay for you? Can I put it down as a scale on the computer at night? When 2 o'clock is working. At 2 o'clock I try to say, okay, the shloka is okay, the scale is okay for me. Can you change this? Then he's putting it in the computer. So this work goes on. I have inspiration around me, definitely.
for a melodious, inspiring and admiring session. Majority of our crowd were actually singing with you and the rest were admiring you with spellbound. Thank you. I now request our principal, Dr. Nagalakshmi D.A. to felicitate our chief guest, Srimati Kavita Krishnamurthy ma'am. Hello. Thank you, ma'am. Acknowledging the achievements of others is the highest form of inspiration. Recognition is a fuel that drives motivation and inspiration. Honoring excellence today ensures the success stories of tomorrow. Well, I now request Dr. Manjula K, Staff Secretary, Head, Department of Journalism, and Dr. Sushil Kumar Midda, Research Coordinator, MLAC, to kindly present the names of faculty members for felicitation.
Good afternoon all. On this auspicious occasion, I take this privilege to announce the faculty achievers of MLAC. A silver jubilee is a pride moment in one's career. This year, we have two faculty members who have successfully completed 25 years of service at MLAC. Dr. Anna Ranesh B.A., Associate Professor, Department of Kannada and Administrative Officer and the Department of Botany to come onto the stage. Now I request the dignitaries on the stage to join hands for the stage. Next, we have three faculty members from MLAC who have been recognized as research guides. On this occasion, I call upon Dr. Anna Danesh P.A. and Dr. Ramanand K.V. from Department of Kannada who have been recognized as research guides from Bangalore University. The Department of Biotechnology has been recognized as research guide from Neva University and the research contest also recently degree in 2024. These students have been awarded PhD under the guidance of Dr. Anna Ranesh sir. Two students have been obtained PhD under the guidance of Dr. Ramanand. One student has obtained PhD under the guidance of Dr. Sushil Kumar Midda. Now I request Dr. Soumya from Department of English for having completed her PhD from Kalinga University in the year 2023. It's a unique moment to call upon Ms. Phalguni Bhatt from Microbiology Department for representing our country and MLAC in the World Youth Festival 2024 held in Russia.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, thank you, Dr. Manjula. It's indeed a pleasure to be here. Incentive Award and Padma Bhushan Shri Rodam Narasimha Award for Young Researcher is the integral part for our Founders Day. So, I am just, the review committee will be always found, and it was done by the Shri K. Jairas sir, under our principal ma'am, and other committee members. So, incentive is always an appreciation for AMLAC faculties to recognize them who strive day and night to perform a good research and put AMLAC on the board in the world. From 3,000 rupees to 15,000 rupees. It has been increased incentive award and it has shown the output also. A timely review made by Shri K. Jayaras and Sir Shri K. Jayaras and other trust members keep us always on our toes. And the output says it all. Last 50 years we have published 52 papers and last 3 years we have published 56 papers in Scopus. To get our faculties due, this initiative has been started. So now today we have 42 dynamic faculties. You can say 42 dynamic heroes from our college. They have put our AMLAC in science map on the scientific era, whatever it's arts, humanities, and commerce. So I request now one by one, let them have their dues and take certificates from esteemed guests. So first, let's start with the first a few seniors, then with the toppers. So first, our topper comes Dr. Nagalakshmi. Please do ma'am. So leading forefront not only from the academic level, not from the second comes our vice principal. Oh, please come. So, next comes our AO sir. Dr. Anand. Now the late, whatever I call upon, that is with their performance, with their best numbers. There it comes, it's due between Mr. Akshay and sorry, he is going to be a doctor, so I got missed. Okay. So Mr. Akshay and Ushati. Next, Melissa, Alice and Sharman Kumar. Dr. Sharman Kumar. Akshay published 5 papers, Usha published 5 papers, Dr. Sharman Kumar with 4 papers, and Harish Kumar sir, major conference proceedings, but 6 one. Next, Dr. Anita Bachelor. She comes with Dr. Pushpalata from Kannada department. So they are equally 4 conference proceedings they have. Next comes Dr. Manjula K. She has one book, full book on her name. Dr. Manjula K. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Next, Dr. Babita B. and Dr. Jolita. Followed by Dr. Gauri Nilema. Dr. Jolita, Dr. Babita. Dr. Babita. Dr. Jolita. Dr. Gauri Nilema. Ms. Hemavati. This is the only department appearing in all full list. There are full departments got the next, Rajeshwari M. Dr. Kaboli Roy, department. Sangeeta. From Jewelry Department, Ms. Bhavya. Madam Orma, excellent. These are another department in Delhi. Jewelry Department. They all are there in Delhi. Okay, Saraswati, yes. I think she is an examination with you. Okay. Please come in, tell me. Manjula ji, yes, Manjula ji. Can you tell me? Manjula ji, Ms. Ranjita A. Ms. Yosna T. She is going to present Malaysia. Anyway, Ms. Pallavi A. Ms. Hema S. Devika S. Ms. Rekha L. From Computer Science. Dr. Subhakar N. Dr. Sri Lakshmi. Dr. Mandula Shekhar. Going to be soon. Ms. Archana Prita. Ms. Sumanjali. Dr. Bhuvneshwari. From Commerce Department. Abhinandan A. Ms. Smita from Commerce Department. Dr. Bhavya Rana. Dr. Geeta HN. Ms. Kavya B. from Botany Department. This is the number of notes. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Please give a round of applause to our speaker staff. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I now take this opportunity to request Dr. Gururaj Sarjagi, sir, to address the gathering.
Most really chief guest of today's program, Shri Kavita Krishnamurthy ji, respected principal, Dr. Lakshmi Madam, my colleagues and my dear students. I am honored to be here this morning here to place on record my great appreciation and gratitude to a person who thought of an institution in this part of Bangalore and started one, so K.V. Shastri. You should remember, 50 years ago, nobody thought there could be a women's college here. I always say, if you think of tomorrow, you are only a manager. You think for the next decade and decades beyond that, you are a visionary. He was a visionary. He built a women's college here at that time. I'm associated with this college for nearly more than 46, 47 years. Ever since the college came into being, I've been associated with this. I've seen this college grow enormously and very well. And Believe me, this is college which was meant for poor girls coming from neighborhood areas. And I'm so happy. K. Shastri, wherever he is, he must be happy and delighted that his vision is translated into action. And so many girls who are studied in this college. I think we should be grateful to people. And it's a lesson for all of us. When you think something is good to happen, sow the seed of it then and there only. It will not give fruits in your lifetime, it can give sometime later. And what he did at that time is giving fruits today in the form of 3,000 students studying in this beautiful women's college. It is a great result. Madam Kavita Krishnamurthy, madam, gave a beautiful lecture on women in leadership, lecture series to her own life. Magnificent, isn't it? Magnificent. When you see her perform, listen to her songs, you get thrilled by that. That's a wonderful music. But please believe me, behind every song she has played, she must have practiced it 100 years. I always say there's a 10,000 rule. A major Japanese technology called Ikigai says if you want to perfect anything, you should practice 10,000 hours. 10,000 hours. If you don't practice 10,000 hours of anything, you can't reach greatness there. So if she is performing at that level, she must have slogged for 10,000 hours. If you want, somebody asks, how can we reach that glorious height? Very simple. If you are willing to spend 10,000 hours on anything that you feel appropriate, you will reach that goal. She is a role model for all of us. She talked about opportunities. Nobody gives opportunity on a plate and say, take opportunity number 1 and 2 and 3. Nobody gives you that. I'll share a real life incident. I've been teaching in IIM Kolkata for the last 10 years. Every alternate month I go and handle a paper there. One young girl came to me, she comes from a very lower middle class family. She came and asked me, sir, I don't get opportunities in my lifetime. All big people take it away. All powerful people and rich people take the opportunity. I don't get any opportunity in my life. I said, shut up. Nobody gives opportunity on a plate. You have to get it yourself. Who gave opportunity to Lata Mangeshkar? Who gave to Sachin Tendulkar? Who gave to Manmohan Singh coming from a rural family? Who gave to K.R. Narayan who came from a very, very poor family in Kerala? Who gave opportunity to a person selling tea on another platform? They're all successful. Very simple. If you work hard, you get it. If you don't work hard, you don't get it. Don't complain that opportunities are not there. Gave a lecture to IIM on the topic called knowledge is spherical. I gave a lecture called knowledge is spherical. Knowledge is spherical. Success is at the center. Sphere is the only object which is equidistant from the center. If you work hard, you reach the success. If you don't work hard, don't get it. Don't complain about it. And she told about Asha Bhosle. How much she was a slog to make a career out of her. The real challenge. But remember, the great successful people never complain. They take every problem as a challenge. Ordinary people convert challenge into a problem. So never think anything is a problem. Everything is a challenge. You want to climb Mount Everest. And don't complain after going there, so cold, so much of ice. Should be prepared for it. Is it not right? If you are going for Mount Everest, you should be prepared for it. Prepare yourself and then go. Don't complain. I always say, leaders don't complain, and those who complain are not leaders. So therefore, once stop complaining about it. Anything comes to you, there are only 2 possibilities. Either you can do it or don't do it. If you can do it, do it. Why do you open your mouth and talk about it? If you can't do it, make an effort. That's all. Only 2 options are left with you. And this girl, I told her work hard now. Very interesting episode. Can you hear me?
Yes.
The first class of mine, I was sitting there and I said, thank God, every one of us is unique here. I just made a casual statement. Somebody hammered on the table and said, why shouted loudly? Why do you bring God here? God has nothing to do with creation. I thought she must not believe in God. She stood up and said, why do you bring God here? God has nothing to do with creation. I thought she could not believe in God. I laughed as loudly as I could and said, I don't have to make an effort to bring somebody here. He's already here. Others clapped the table and said, yes, they were the believers. That evening, I finished my class and I kept it at curiosity level. My nature is that. When I finish my class, I keep some very curious things at the end and close the class. The school said, what are you going to do next, sir? That's how we should do. You can see the terrible serials that come in the TV. They go on for years together, but still at the end of every episode, they create some kind of curiosity in you. You want to see what happens next. Is it not right? If a serial director can create so much curiosity as a teacher cannot create better, I would keep a question at the end and leave class. They said, can we come to your room and discuss it? I said, come, no problem. I stay in the Tata hall there. A small room for me, and 30 boys and girls came into the room. They had brought newspaper also along with them, so they can spread it on the floor and sit down. I was virtually cornered in one corner. They started asking questions. It went on up to 1:30 in the morning. And this girl was also there, who told me, why you bring God here? And also asked me, nobody gives me opportunity. At the end of the discussion, going back to the rooms, I asked her, did I offend you by saying that? He said, no, sir, there is a point in what you say. I think there is a power beyond all of us. And that director IIM sent me a mail. What a great conversion in 24 hours. So Nathi is becoming a believer. He said, we have to believe something, because there is a power beyond all of us. Many people say, what is the proof that God is there? Don't require proof. In Bangalore airport, 150 flights take off and 150 planes land. They have not collided with one another. They have not collided because there is air traffic control, which regulates the movement of the flights. Because the air traffic control is there, planes are not colliding with one another. Believe me, for the last 450 crore years, 450 billion years, the planets are moving around the sun absolutely accurately. You can predict as to when will be the total solar eclipse 100 years from now. Today, you can predict it. With such precision, the planets are moving around and they are not colliding with one another. If you feel that to 150 planes, not to collide with one another, require air traffic control, there must be some control controlling all these movements. Is it not right? You call it or she or he, there is a power beyond all of us. We should believe that power. It helps you in two ways. One is does not allow your arrogance come into you, because there is some power beyond you. And secondly, when you are distressed, you fall back on your knees and pray, you believe that that power will save you. It gives you confidence to you. So therefore, what she was telling is, have faith in God. She was telling about that. Remember, work hard and believe in God. Work hard and believe in God. These two beautiful formulas she gave. I also said, my grandmother was a great leader, because she brought up my father. My mother was a great leader because she tolerated me and brought me up. My sister gave me what my life is all about. And my students gave me what teaching is all about. That way, each one of you here is a leader. If you think you are a leader, you become a leader. If you think you are not a leader, you don't become a leader. Leader is all about believing yourself. Somebody believed. But Kiran Bedi thought, I can be an IPS officer. But nobody was an IPS officer. She believed she can be, and she became the first IPS officer in the country. In Karnataka, at least, I know, I don't know whole of India, no girl went to engineering college to study engineering, but Sudha Murthy went. You know that when you went to BUP engineering college to join, the principal, I can't admit you. I can't take you because you are only girl in the college. You are the first girl to join engineering college that time. She said, I would like to join. I said, no, I can't take you because I have to provide a separate toilet for it. She joined and became an engineer in Tata, and today you know what Sudha Murthy is all about. So she decided to be a leader and she became a leader. And I also seen another outstanding person, Mother Teresa. I had a chance of being with a great lady for 3 days in Nirmal Hriday, her place in Calcutta. She taught me what social service is all about. I can tell you in a very short what happened that time. I wrote an article in Reader's Digest. It became a very popular article at that time with the title Dignity in Death. This article may be useful to you. I was a young fellow doing my master's in chemistry. I published a paper and I had to present the paper in Calcutta. I went there and they told me the Naxalite movement is very high there. You can't stay in the hostel. You stay in some professor's house. I think why instead of staying in a professor's house, I can do some service. I can do work somewhere else. I went to Missionaries of Charities, where Mother Teresa Pastor Matthew. I went there and I wanted to talk to Mother Teresa and say, can I stay here for 3 days? She was not there at that time. Sister Nirmala, who took over from her, was there. She talked to me and said, what are you doing, child? I said, I am doing my master's in chemistry. And told my about myself. She said, sit down, Mother will come and take a decision. After half an hour, Mother Teresa came there. Please visualize with me. She was about 4 feet 10 inches in height, drooping shoulders. I have not seen a more wrinkled face than that. I should tell you, I have not seen a more beautiful face than that. Beauty doesn't come from the cream that you apply. It comes from the inner beauty. Her eyes, steely grey eyes, look through you, not look at you. She asked me, what are you planning to do? I said, can I stay, Mother, for 3 days here? Okay. What are you studying? I'm studying chemistry. Okay, then look after the pharmacy. There was a room in which 3 people were studying. I was on another bed. I had no work to do actually. There was no cell of medicines at all. There was a pharmacy there. I had to only write the bed number and give the medicine prescribed. I should tell you, and children here, I still get haunted by that. There's a big hall in the center. The place is called Nirmal Hruday. A slanting platform on either side, a big hall on the center passage there. On either side of the slanting platform, there are leprosy patients on both sides. Destitutes or fallen on the road. It's impossible to see. Some have no jaws, somebody has no nose, pus oozing out, fingers are not there, legs are not there. Mission home, the volunteers have brought these people there. I saw Mother feeding with her own hand and wiping the saliva and saying, they are my gods, they are my gods. Can you believe that? I was only heard about social work at that time. But suppose you do a small bandage for your grandfather's feet or grandmother's feet, you make her feel so bad, oh my God, it looks so horrible. But here the patients whom she doesn't know, they are on the roadside destitutes, but she is serving them so much. I was impressed by that. Second day afternoon at about 2:30, an incident happened. Missionaries of Charities volunteers brought a lady on this stretcher. How old was she? We could not predict. Could be 80, 85, 90, whatever. Totally emaciated body. She was all the time blabbering something. I don't know what he was saying. Since I didn't understand Bengali, I could make out. She was constantly blabbering something. Mother took her, gave her bath, and put a gown for her. She was made to sleep. A doctor was called. They applied drips. And Mother was sitting next to her and pressing her leg and consoling her. I asked her, sister, what is that happening there? She told me this old lady is from Brahmin family. Her husband died when the child was only 1 year old. She brought up the son, got him educated, got him married. After that, I don't know what problem she had, whether she came out of the house or son sent her out, we don't know. She came out of the house. As long as she had energy, she worked as a cook or a maid servant in some house and made a living. Now she is old, nobody gives her work. She is begging on the streets of Calcutta. And for the last 3 days, she had very high fever. She had fallen unconscious near the Kali Ghat and people have brought her. That's what we know. And what is Mother saying? Mother is telling her, don't curse your son. Mother is God. If God curses, will good thing happen to the son? He is a nice man. I'll send word for him. He'll come and take you home. She was encouraging her. Maybe because of the medicines or the kindness that Mother showed, at about 4:30, 5 o'clock, the old lady regained consciousness. Immediately, volunteer asked her, what is your home address? Where does your son stay? And a letter was sent to the son. Your mother is here. She is not well. Would you like to take her back home? And the great son did not waste the paper. The paper on which she has sent a letter, the backside only wrote a letter saying that I don't have nothing to do with her. Now that she has come to your ashrama, I will not take her back in my house. Mother Teresa did not tell the old lady that he got a reply like that. By 7:30, 8 o'clock in the evening, the old lady was cheerful. She was telling, my son is a good boy, nice boy, a very naughty fellow when he was young. But actually, he is still young. He hears what other people say. I'm sure he'll come and take me. She was very positive. I thought the lady survived. They gave juice and the lady slept. Early morning at about 4:30, there was again a commotion. Something or the other will be happening there. We all rushed to the room. The old lady was gasping for breath. At about 5:30, she died. Immediately, she wrote another letter to the son saying that your mother is no more. Would you like to take the body back? And the great man again sent the same reply back. I had nothing to do when she was alive. You do anything with the body that you feel appropriate. The letter came at 6:30. I was a young fellow looking at death for the first time happening in my presence. Suddenly, Mother Teresa came to me and asked me, son, are you a Brahmin? I said, yes. Then second question almost killed me. She said, can you do rituals for this lady? I grew up in a very traditional family, South family man, where we believe that if your parents are alive, you should not go to crematorium. That was drilled into my head. Mother is not asking me to go to crematorium. She is asking me to do all the rituals that a son should do to the mother. We didn't have telephone at that time. I didn't know how to consult. For a moment, I wanted to say no. But then I realized I had gone there as what? As a volunteer. Volunteers have no choice. Choice is a business. I said, okay, mother, I'll do it. She called a Purohit and I had to go to the body. And I did all the rituals that a son should do for the mother. I did all that and came back. I finished my bath and sat on the sofa, holding my head in my hand was dizzy. Head was dizzy. Mother came and sat next to me. They asked me, son, you're feeling bad? I said, yes, ma'am, for 2 reasons. First one is, you tried so much, but you could not make the lady stay alive. She died. All your efforts wasted. And what's the second one? She said, in my family, we believe that we should not go to crematorium when my parents are alive, but I have gone there and performed the duty of a mother. Who does it to the dead mother? What will happen? I don't know. She patted on my back and told me, son, you have done a great job. To tell you honestly, your parents will live longer than they would have normally lived. It happened. 94 years ago. She lived 91 years. My father lived 91 years. My mother lived 91 years. Okay? Is that good? Second one, first question I should answer second. You told me that all I made was wasted, is it? Nothing is wasted. I wanted the old lady to have dignity in death. I was shocked to hear that word. I had only heard about dignity in life. I had not heard dignity in death. I said, mother, what is dignity in death? Her answer touches me even now. As youngsters, you can visualize it. She stood up before me. When I stood up, she put her finger on my chest. Many times I feel the finger. She put her hand on my chest and said, son, the little heart inside you is the temple of God. Little heart inside you is the temple of God. It should always be clean. When it's dirty, God will not be able to see God. She said, yesterday you saw the lady when she was brought here, she was cursing her own son. Her heart was full of anger, jealousy, frustration. Temple was dirty. So what happened at 8 o'clock in the evening? She was cheerful, she was positive. She said that my son will come and take me back. She was hopeful. The temple was clean. Then she said, you asked what is dignity in death? Her answer is beautiful. You can never forget in my life. I can never forget it. She said, son, if you can keep this temple of heart clean in the last moment of your life, keep the temple of heart clean in the last moment of life, you go up to heavens, look into the eyes of God and tell him, God, I have come back as clean as you sent me to earth as a child. And that is dignity in death. Send me to earth as a child. I was absolutely clean. I have come back as clean as a child. That dignity in death. These ladies have taught enormously to us. All the great ladies, but Arunima Sinha, with one leg, artificial leg, can climb Mount Everest. What is our problem? So the leadership is not made by what you do. Leadership is made by how you do that work. Do it tenaciously. Don't get disappointed by small efforts. You may fail one time. You fail in an effort, but not fail in life. Hold on to another effort, third effort, fourth effort, fifth effort. You can do that. And till the last moment, as you asked Kavita ma'am, how do you sing now? How do you practice? Are you scared when you sang with all these great people? She sang with Manade, outstanding people, Lata Mangeshkar. All these are icons for us. She lived with them. And naturally, when you live with outstanding people, you have to rub shoulders with them. Without your knowledge, you grow a few notches up. When you have a chance of working with great people, never miss the chance. Rub shoulders with them. Learn something from that. Because whatever you touch remains with you. If you rub your hand against sandalwood piece, it smells fragrant. Is it not right? Put your hand in kerosene, it smells as much. So therefore, remember where to put your hand and then work hard continuously. Make your life successful. Someday, I would like to see one of the girls sitting there coming here and giving a lecture on human leadership. Thank you.
Our research coordinator, Dr. Sushil Kumar Midra, had presented 45 faculty who had made a significant contribution in research and publication. Now I take this opportunity to call our research coordinator, Dr. Sushil Kumar Midra, Department of Biotechnology, who has made a significant contribution in research and publication. his name. Dr. Soumya P. from Department of English, who has made a significant contribution in research and publication. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your thought-provoking words. No duty is urgent than giving thanks. Well, now I request Professor Sharmishra Latta, Vice Principal, MLAC, to propose a vote of thanks.
A very good afternoon to all. On this occasion, on behalf of MLAC management, staff and students, I deem it my privilege to propose the vote of thanks. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Srimati Kavita Krishnamurthy ji, who has taken out preparation. Thank you, ma'am. Your presence has added an extra spark to this event and made it even more special and truly inspired our MLAC students through your leadership qualities. I express my sincere thanks to Dr. Gurraj Kachigi, Honorable Trust Member MLAC, for being here with us today. Among MLAC team, and you have always been the source for inspiration. Thank you, sir. My special thanks to MLAC Managing Trustee Sri K. Gerard in absentia for being the support and guiding us in every aspect. I thank our principal, Dr. Nagalakshmi PN, for relentless support. Thank you, ma'am. Thank all the staff, both teaching and non-teaching, and our beloved students for attending today's program. Finally, I would like to thank the organizing team for being proactive and their participation in making this event a grand success. Once again, my sincere thanks to one and all present here. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I request all the faculties to kindly stay back for the session with the chief guest. First, we will have a photo with the organizing team, followed by all the faculties. Thank you. Dear students, kindly stay back for a few minutes.